Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank God it's Friday. Good morning. Good morning. Where are my people? Good morning. Oh, my goodness. Y'all come on in. Got a good topic for you today. As always, come on in. Let's go. It's Friday. Yes. All right. I'm going to go ahead. Y'all will catch me when you can. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Like, tag, share. Come on. Let's get it. Let's talk about it today. Hey, Dee Dee. I got a good topic for y'all as always. I'm ready. Been waiting all week to talk to y'all about this. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I had to get my blonde back, or my brown rather. Thank you. All right. So, as always, welcome back to the Empower Her Experience podcast. This is where healing meets with real life. So you get a little bit of spiritual, you get the mental, you get all of it. Get a little bit of life application, but thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Christy Copeland, your licensed professional counselor and the founder of the EmpowHER Experience. But anyway, I am excited to get into this topic. So let's talk about it. Come on, tag some people, like, share, so we can get some other people in on this good topic today because we're about to hit spring. So today we're going to be talking about something that many people start thinking about when the seasons change, and that is spring cleaning. Okay, spring cleaning. But today's conversation is a little deeper than about just dusting some shelves, reorganizing some closets, and it's a little deeper than that. So what we're going to be talking about today is spring cleaning reset. Wow. Spring cleaning reset. So a reset is that touches like the three powerful areas of your life. This is your home, your mind, your life. Wow. So anybody need a spring cleaning reset? Yes, spring cleaning reset. Because sometimes the clutter around us is simply a reflection of the clutter that is within us. Actually, if you think about it. And what many people don't realize is that decluttering your space can actually can be a powerful like mental health reset as well. So sometimes people don't realize that when they have a lot of clutter, it's affecting their mental health. And so we're going to talk about that. I'm going to get a little deeper into that. But just decluttering some things in your life can actually help you to have a powerful mental health reset. So let's talk about it. So today we're going to talk about how to clear the physical clutter, the emotional clutter, and the mental clutter so that you can make room in your life for what truly matters. Okay? So let's start with something very real. Have you ever like walked into your house and immediately you just felt overwhelmed? I know I have. Sometimes you walk in the house and there are piles everywhere, or you got a stack of mail, or you got laundry, you got shoes, and it feels like your brain just can't relax. And that's just, let me just say, that's just not in your head that this happens, because research actually shows that clutter can increase your stress hormones. Wow. It can increase your stress hormones in the body. So your brain interprets that disorganization as unfinished task. So every pile that you see becomes a mental reminder of something that still needs your attention. So you wonder why when you're at home and you're trying to relax and you can't seem to relax and you're looking around the room and you see all these things, it's because your brain is still working. Your mind keeps saying, you still need to fold that. You still need to sort that. You still need to deal with that. Hey, Tanara. Yes, yes, yes. but you still need to deal with that. And so even though you're trying to relax, your mind and your body, your brain is like, I still need to fold that. I need to put that away. I need to clean out this closet. I need to clean up this kitchen. So you're actually, when you have clutter, it is actually increasing the stress hormones in your body. And so, and suddenly your home is that's supposed to be the place that's supposed to restore you, it starts draining you instead. But the thing about it, clutter isn't always about being messy. Sometimes clutter is about life moving faster than our capacity to manage it. So I got a busy life. Hey, I have, so sometimes things happen. It's not always about being messy. Sometimes it's like you moving, like you coming in from one thing and you got to change and you got to get to somewhere else. And this goes on for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time. And you look around and it's like, oh my gosh, what happened? So sometimes we just get busy. And sometimes it's we're working and you're raising kids and you're supporting family members. You're trying to manage all these responsibilities. And before you realize it, things begin to accumulate. And then sometimes people hold on to things longer than they should. These things start to accumulate and we hold on to some stuff that we really need to get rid of. And often it's because clutter sometimes has emotional attachment. Wow. So now we're getting a little deeper. I told you it's more than just cleaning off shelves and organizing closets. So now we're going to get a little deeper. Sometimes the clutter has emotional attachments. But I want somebody to put in the chat, no more clutter. No more clutter. Today, we're going to get rid of some clutter. We're going to get rid of the clutter in our homes, the clutter in our emotions, the clutter in our minds, and the clutter in our life. No more clutter. No more clutter. So, but sometimes this clutter has emotional attachments. And then people keep items because they remind them of a person. Sometimes they remind them of a season of their life. Sometimes the clutter, what they have, it reminds them of a memory, but sometimes what we're holding on to isn't the actual object that we think that we're holding on to. Sometimes it's the emotion that's connected to the object that we're having trouble of letting go. So letting go of the item can feel like letting go of the memory. And that's where a lot of people get stuck. Have you ever had like this relationship to end or somebody to pass away and you keep all these things that you had from that relationship or that that they left behind, and even though it's not something you're going to use, it's something that is taking up a lot of space or things like that, but you don't want to clear it out because if you do, it feels like you're letting go of the memory. So then you get stuck there. But I want to tell you, here's an important truth. Letting go of an item does not erase the meaning that it once had in your life. I want to free somebody there. Letting go of an item does not erase the meaning that it once had in your life, because sometimes releasing the object is actually part of making room for your next chapter. Woo, that's heavy right there. So while the thing that we're hesitant to release because we feel like it's going to erase the memory, it's not about erasing the memory. It's releasing that object is just saying I'm making room for more. Not that I'm forgetting what happened, not that I'm forgetting about this person, not that I'm forgetting about this relationship, but I am making room for the next chapter. I'm never going to forget them. They'll always be in my heart. They'll always hold a special place in my heart. But I got to make room for my next chapter. Why? Because if not, I'm going to stay stuck here. I'm going to stay stuck here. So today, well, before I move on, somebody put this in the chat. I'm making room. I'm making room. I'm not forgetting. I'm making room. So today I want to introduce something called the spring cleaning reset. Hey, my Isha, my sister, I love you. I love you. And so today I'm going to introduce you to something called the spring cleaning reset. It's more than just cleaning. It's about intentionally resetting 3 areas in your life: your home, your mind, and your life. Your home, your mind, and your life. Because clutter doesn't just live in closets, y'all. Clutter can live in your thoughts. Clutter can live in your schedule, in your relationships. And then when everything gets crowded, your peace has nowhere to land. Oh my goodness. Somebody put hashtag peace. Hashtag peace in the chat. So when clutter is not just about your closets and your house, it's in your thoughts, in your schedule, your relationship, and then your peace has nowhere to land. So I want to give you, today I'm going to give you a 5-step spring cleaning challenge that you can start this week, because spring is coming, y'all. Spring is coming. It's right around the corner. All right. So the first step is to start small. You start small. Don't try to clean the whole house at once. If you like me, I want to get it all done in one day. And then guess what? I have used my whole day cleaning. And then when it comes time to think about doing it again, I'm overwhelmed because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have a whole day to devote to that. So don't try to do it all in one day. Start small. Like choose one drawer, one drawer, one shelf, one corner, because progress builds momentum. It builds momentum. Yes, I talked about that on Sunday. I preached on Sunday for the first time in 5 months, and I preached about momentum. But progress builds momentum. And so step 2, sort with intention. Sort with intention. So you should have 3 categories when you start to go through things and to sort. The first one is the keep pile. This is stuff I'm going to keep. And Maisha, I need you. My closet needs you. This is the pile I'm going to keep. The second pile should be the donate pile. This is the pile I'm going to give away because this is too good for me to be getting rid of. Somebody can use this. So I'm going to donate this and bless someone with it. Then the third pile this is my release pile. This is the stuff I'm just going to go ahead and just throw away. Just get rid of it. Ask yourself when you are sorting, does this still serve my life today? Or is this something I'm holding on to because I have an emotional attachment to it? Good question. So 3 piles, sort with intention. So the first one, start small. Second, sort with intention. Your keep pile, donate pile, and your release pile. And then ask yourself when you're going through it, does this still serve my life today? All right, step 3. So is that a yes? You're going to come? Or no? Y'all, my sister comes and she arranges my closets. I actually have 3 closets now, but she comes and she sorts my closets out, and she told me I'm not doing it again because every time I do it, you just get it right back a mess. Y'all, it's crazy. But anyway, step 3, release emotional clutter. We're going to start small. We're going to sort with intention. Then step 3, we're going to release emotional clutter. Sometimes the hardest part of decluttering is the emotional attachment that we have to things. But I want you to remember, as I said earlier, you can appreciate the role that something played in your life without keeping it forever. So, like, I know I still have cards that my husband has bought me over the years, because when he gets me cards, y'all, he actually takes the time. He don't just go in there and just pick up a card. He actually takes time to get a card. Hey, my friend, Miss Tammy. So he will go and take the time to actually pick out a card that fits the situation perfectly, fits us perfectly. And so, y'all, I still have cards that he has bought me from like 15 years ago because it's so hard for me to get rid of because of the emotional attachment that I have to it. And now that I'm doing this, I know I need to go through those cards, but it's so hard. It's so hard to say goodbye. But remember, you can appreciate the role that something played in your life without keeping it forever. So we're going to release the emotional clutter. And then step 4 is create peaceful spaces. Hey, Ty. Oh my gosh. I love you. All my sisters on here today. I love y'all. Therefore, we're going to create peaceful spaces because once the clutter is removed, you got to replace the chaos with intention. So we're not just, a lot of times what we do is we remove things. When we want to change something about what we're doing, we want to just stop doing it. But instead of just stopping something, you need to replace it with something. If you stop a habit or you remove the clutter, then you need to create peaceful spaces for you. Because once the clutter is removed, you need to replace that chaos with intention. Create spaces that support your peace, like having a calm bedroom, or clearing the kitchen table where you can just sit and think, or a quiet corner where you can breathe. Y'all, we're talking about a spring cleaning reset. We're talking about a total reset, not just in your home, but in your mind, in your life, in your relationships. And so you create space that supports your peace. So not only do we declutter, we're going to create space, make room for things that matter. So step 5, declutter your mind. Oh my goodness. So this is where the reset goes even deeper. After you clean your home, check in with your mind. Check in with your mind. What are your thoughts? What thoughts are piling up? Like, what worries have you been carrying? What expectations have you placed on yourself that are now exhausting you? So this reset really goes beyond the house, because sometimes the biggest clutter is in our lives. It's in our minds. It's in our schedules. Too many obligations, too many commitments, too many expectations. And sometimes people say yes to things that drain them. And over time, those commitments begin to create emotional clutter. And as I told you at the very beginning, studies have shown that clutter, regardless of what type it is, it increases your stress hormones. So if you want to decrease your stress levels and your stress hormones, then you need to declutter your life. So part of your spring cleaning reset might look like setting boundaries. You saying no, not always running to things every time somebody calls you or every time something's going on. It may look like letting go of responsibilities that were never yours in the first place. And so here's the beauty of decluttering. When you remove the things that don't belong to you, then you make room for what does belong to you. You begin to make room for things like peace. You begin to make room for things like rest, room for creativity. Have you ever just cleaned your house and it's just, everything is just so nice and neat? It just smells so good. You can go in any room and not have to shake your head or close the door. And you just have such peace. It's like you can breathe. My sister said, "Ooh, wait." Yes, ma'am. Oh my goodness. Somebody put, peace is everything. Your home is supposed to be your sanctuary where you can just breathe and make room for peace and rest, and make room for creativity, and then make room for relationships that actually nourish you instead of draining you. Because some of us need to spring clean our relationships. Got too many relationships that's draining, but not a whole lot of them that are actually filling you up. Not a lot of them that are actually helping you to replenish. And sometimes the most powerful thing that you can do in your life is simply to just create space. Create space. So I want to challenge you this week to take that spring cleaning reset challenge. They have put the 5 steps in there. Thank you, Maisha. She put the 5 steps in the chat. Start small. Sort with intention. What did we say? Keep. What did we say? Donate and release. Those should be your 3 piles when you're sorting through your things. And then your third step is release emotional clutter. Get rid of some of those things that we're holding on to because we say it has sentimental values and we've had it for like 20 years. Come on now, you're not using it. The memory is not going anywhere. You still got that memory. You can still value what that represents without actually keeping it. Because all you're doing, you're not getting rid of the memory. You're not getting rid of why it's important to you. You are making room for the next chapter. So yes. Okay, so I want to challenge you this week to take that spring cleaning reset. Take that and choose one space in your home. Clear that space out. Organize it. And then check in with your mind. Check in with your heart. Because spring cleaning isn't just about making your house look better. It's about making your life feel lighter. So I believe we're going to go in the spring, y'all. Some of us going in the spring a lot lighter. Some of us going in the spring without this clutter in our minds, in our lives, in our relationships. We are going into spring exhaling. Oh my goodness. So, and before I end this podcast, I want to thank y'all for joining me today. But I want to personally, speaking of exhaling, speaking of decluttering, I want to personally invite you ladies to the exhale experience. Listen, y'all know I don't make promises that I'll come through on. But I want to tell you, you got to be in the room at this exhale experience. This is something that I've never done. This is something that God has placed on my heart. So guess what? Me and God gonna do this, even though I've never done it before. But the vision for it is amazing. You do not want to miss this exhale experience, soft girl edition on May the 30th. Make sure you're in the room. Bring your daughters, bring your sisters, bring your mothers, bring your aunt, your cousins, your friends. Y'all have got to be in the room. I promise you, you do not want to miss this. And special announcement, at this event, I will be releasing my new book called Growing in the Swamp. Y'all, so I'm going to give you a little tidbit. I'm not going to tell you too much, but it's finding purpose in places that felt like survival. You know, the Invisible Cape was a stories of, other people, just made up stories, that's dealing with the invisible cape and the weight that we carry. But Growing in the Swamp is actually about yours truly. So I am emotionally naked in this book. When I tell you, I was so nervous about this book coming out because it was very a vulnerable thing for me. So you're actually going to get to walk through this journey with me of navigating through the swamp, through the hard places, the uncomfortable spaces, the frustrating places, the places where I just really felt like giving up. The places that I just didn't see at the time that there was a purpose in it. Thank you all, that there was purpose in it. But God was teaching me that I could still grow in the swamp, that just because things look dead doesn't mean they were lifeless. There was actually things being produced in those seasons. 2025 was the second half of 2025 was a very hard season for me. And so this book really helps you to get an insight into my mindset, what I found out about myself, what I discovered about myself. And so I've been getting the reviews back on this book. And so I am so excited for everyone to read it, because every single person who has reviewed this book has said it's almost as if you were living. You were living my life in this story, and the thoughts that you had were thoughts that I have, and every single chapter speaks to me, and this has changed my life. This has changed my perspective on life. So I am so excited for everyone to get their copy of Growing in the Swamp. So I want you to be in the room May the 30th at the Exhale Experience Soft Girl Edition. I'm actually going to do a Growing in the Swamp mental health presentation. But after that is over, y'all, when I tell you we are going to have some soft girl energy up in there, some soft girl energy, we are going to have an amazing time. I am so excited about it. I promise you, you've never seen anything like this before. And so we're going to have fun. Of course, as always, I always have some good food, but we're going to have some fun, a whole lot of self-care, and some soft girl energy. Take my word for it. You can't afford to miss it. It's just $20, y'all. $20. The presentation alone is worth my hourly rate. So for $20, you're going to get some good counseling for $20. But then also, if you've ever been to my office, to the Copeland Center, that is a fraction of what you're going to experience at the Exhale Experience. So if you've ever been there and you've had a great time at the Copeland Center, then you definitely want to be in the room at this Exhale Experience. May the 30th. It's going to be from 6:30 to 9:30. Hey, Miss Adams, I love y'all. My sisters are on here today, but it's just $20. Make sure you go on there and register. And please, anyone who you know has had a difficult season, uncomfortable season, a hard season, a painful season, dealing with grief, rejection, loss, loneliness, trust me, you want to make sure they are in the room, and you want to make sure they get that book, because I walk through all of that and I talk about all of that. So May the 30th, make sure that you are in the room. Go online, the EmpowHERorganization.com. Don't wait, because space is limited. I'm not even going to have vendors this time, because we need the whole space for what we're going to do that night. It's going to be amazing. So I hope to see all my sisters in the room. Tyronda, I saw you register. Thank you. Thank you, sis. I can't wait to see you in the room. But I want you all to remember this. Peace often enters through the space that we create. So sometimes we are praying, God, give me peace. God, give me peace. And guess what? God, the peace is there. He's waiting on you to create space for it. So that's going to take action on our part. Sometimes that peace involves us setting boundaries. Right? I'm just a messenger. Sometimes peace often enters through the space that we create. But I love y'all. I sure hate to run, but I'm sleepy, y'all. This time has got me. I'm going to go take me a nap, because I got a long weekend ahead of me. But y'all have a great Friday, a great weekend, actually. Have a great weekend. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for watching. I just need y'all to do one thing for me. Be amazing today. And I'm going to see you all next week. And I definitely hope to see y'all May the 30th. Love y'all. Hey, Mika. Have a good one. Bye.